This video is brought to you by
Cool Green Clothing. We done gone worldwide and we coming straight out of Baltimore. And if you're in town, pull up on us at 215 West Saratoga Street. And if you're not in town, go online right now at coolgreenclothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way. And that's just basic.
What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. It's free. It helps get the video out there. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For my day one fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. With that being said, let's get right into the story. As parents, for most of us, we want to provide a good life for our kids. Protect them, and if you grew up rough and struggling, give them a better life than you had, so they won't have to go through the things that we went through. As our babies get older though, things change, especially around about those high school years. As parents, sometimes it can be hard having certain talks with our kids. If you have a teenage girl, you might have to put her up on game about boys, the dangers of this sick world we live in as she is developing into a young lady, and not doing nothing reckless to jeopardize her future. With teen boys, it's a little different though, especially nowadays. With so much influence, whether from social media, their favorite rappers, friends, or what they see outside, for most young men, once their voice starts to change, their testosterone kicks in, along with that male ego, it can be hard to tell your son anything. You can tell them the dangers of the streets, what you seen growing up, how the wrong move can cost you your life out here, because the reality for many teen boys, you as their parent might still look at them as a baby, but the world views them as a man. And for whatever reasons, whether peer pressure or what some are taught, there's some hoppers out here nowadays that don't want to solve their problems with talking or squaring up. As soon as there's a problem, guns come out, and minor situations end up being fatal. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll be discussing the case of an ambush that left a teen gun outside of a Baltimore high school. Back in March of this year, 16-year-old Kamal Campbell had his whole life ahead of him. Coming from a big and loving family, the young man had a good support system with both of his parents at home. The baby boy out of his brothers and sisters, they affectionately called him Daddy or K, and everybody looked out for him and spoiled the young man. Growing up, Kamal was into sports and became good at football, even leading his team to a championship. Described as loving, a caring young man that loved his family and friends and wouldn't let no harm come their way. Also being a teen boy, he was a jokester who sometimes irritated his brothers and sisters, but for the most part, made everybody laugh. On March 4th of this year, it was a typical day in Lansdowne, Baltimore County, as Kamal stood across the street from Lansdowne High School in the shopping plaza, waiting for his ride to come pick him up. That's when a Honda Accord approached slowly, and a person got out, letting off shots. Kamal tried to run. He headed back towards the high school, but the shooter got back in the car and followed the young man. As he got on school grounds, the shooter got out the car. Kamal tried to make it to the school entrance before more shots went off, hitting him. Then the car fled the scene. Baltimore County Police was called to the school. When they found the young man suffering from multiple gunshot wounds, he was rushed to a local hospital, and the school went on immediate lockdown. A police helicopter hit the air as other officers checked the area for evidence. They quickly got word the initial ambush started at the shopping center and ended on school grounds. The police chopper took interest in Buda Arms Apartments not too far from the scene when they saw a car with 3 young men hopping out running on feet. Police swooped in. They caught one of the young men trying to escape. At the time, 18-year-old Charlie Haywood. They noticed his clothes didn't match the clothes witnesses say the suspect had on, and he had no weapons on him, but he fit the description of the shooter. Police performed a gunshot residue test on the young man, took his cell phone for evidence, but they let him go. Around about this time, the news came back from the hospital. Unfortunately, Kamal wouldn't survive his injuries. The news shocked the community as Baltimore County Police started what was now a homicide investigation. The teen's family was left to grieve. A vigil was held at Lansdowne High School where family, friends, and students paid their respects to the young man and wanted him to be remembered for who he was. His parents wanted it to be known before any narrative was pushed that their son wasn't involved in no gangs, he didn't play with guns, and stated he was genuinely a good kid. As surveillance footage came back from the shopping center, it showed the car pull up, a person hopped out shooting at the teen as the young man fled back towards the school. It caught the car chasing him before the shooter jumped out with 2 guns, letting off more shots. But video also caught the tag number. As the tag was ran, the car came back registered to the young man they initially let go, Charlie Haywood. They realized the car he was caught jumping out of at first was a different vehicle, as police determined after the shooting he probably switched cars. The next thing police looked at was his cell phone, which didn't ping in the location of the crime, as they felt he more than likely left it at home. But social media posts showed the young man showing off guns and pictures and him wearing the same clothes the shooter had on in the surveillance video the day of the hit. With that, police went to talk to the young man. Surprisingly, he was already in custody in Baltimore City for a probation violation on gun and drug charges. Already in city custody, county police got the last piece of evidence they needed, the gunshot residue test that was performed on the young man. It came back positive, and with that, he was charged with first-degree hit on Kamal. As his family got the news, they were happy, but still upset. His father spoke to the news and stated no matter what, that still didn't bring his son back. He expressed his anger and stated if he was dead, his son would still be alive. He wouldn't have to run because he would have gladly jumped in front of the bullets and take them for his baby boy. As he fought back tears through the pain, his mother tried to remember the good times and the jokes her son played on the family, and his siblings are left with a cardboard cutout of their brother. As of now, it's no motive on the situation or why Kamal was targeted. Charlie is still awaiting trial, and he is innocent until proven otherwise. Rest in peace to Kamal. I send my prayers and condolences to his family. I couldn't imagine their pain. I have 2 daughters, 17 and 21. And yeah, I worried about them growing up, but now I have a 9-month-old son, and I'm more scared and worried for him than I was with them. Because I know with boys, it's a lot different, especially nowadays. There used to be a lot of fighting. I won't say back in the day, guns never came out, but it took a lot for that to happen. But now, they skip the fist, it's shoot first, leaving our young men taking each other's lives and going to prison at an alarming rate. I often have people mad at me in my comments or DMs because I shed light on these stories and I tell these cautionary tales, but they don't know how many kids hit me up and say I stopped them from picking up guns or doing something crazy like retaliating for their homeboy. I often ask myself, if us as adults are too brainwashed to the point if somebody can't tell a story that possibly can stop the next 16-year-old, 18-year-old grown man or woman from making the same mistakes and learning from others, and we get mad, do we really want to change? Do we really want our communities better? Or do we glorify it so much it's cool as long as it's not your peoples on the news. And if us as grown-ups think like that, then imagine how the kids think. But I'm going to leave this one open for discussion. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on the situation in the comments. Yeah, man, messed up situation. Rest in peace, that young man. I definitely send my prayers and condolences to his family. But I ain't going to talk too much more about this one. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. If you're feeling the content, tap that like button. This is another episode of the Baltimore Way. It's your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.